Alright, this is going to be another short video on just typology concepts, I guess. Um, so there's this idea of gaslighting, right? I've, I've recently come to understand what is meant by that term. Um, it's essentially like somebody says something like, "How do you know that?" Somebody says something, right? And then you're like, "Well, how do you know that? Like, what are your references? Are you sure about that?" I don't think that's right. And you're just questioning and like putting in unreasonable expectation of like verification or validation on the person who's like claiming something potentially innocuous, or potentially not, but you're just constantly like questioning them or making them second guess themselves. And I think the original insight I had for myself about gaslighting is like I think I gaslight myself a lot. I think I like this thing I do where I'm constantly doubting my own thoughts is like I think that's just like self gaslighting, I guess. Um, and then I was also thinking that I think that's kind of gaslighting in that sense fits the personality hack or cognitive function of accuracy. Maybe not used at a very mature level, but at least at like a poor level, right? Because with personality hackers' conceptualization of introverted thinking or accuracy, they say that it's like being skeptical of your own thoughts or being skeptical in general or like critical thinking skills, stuff like that. And I think gaslighting is like potentially like a maladaptive version of that when you're just making somebody feel or look stupid by deconstructing their beliefs or perspectives. Um, that's the main idea, is that gaslighting is an expression of TI, maybe in a less healthy form. Um, I was even thinking about doing like a stand-up bit. I've done stand-up in the past, and I do it on and off, but so it's obviously I'm not good at it, but um, doing a stand-up bit about like there's something about the idea of self-gaslighting that I think is kind of absurd that could be funny there, but I don't know. I haven't worked that out yet. Um, that's pretty much it. It's just the idea that gaslighting is introverted thinking. I can talk a bit about like what I mean by self-gaslighting. Like it's the thing I talked about in the NITI video or the introverted intuition, introverted thinking video, where it's like, well, I think I might be this type. It's like, well, you don't know that. What about these aspects? And it's just like, it's not necessarily all negative though, because it can be constructive, but it can get to the point where it is kind of like gaslighting, where it's just like, I think this is introverted intuition. It's like, you don't know anything about anything, or you don't know what introverted intuition is, or you can't prove that introverted intuition uh, exists. And then, because I mean, maybe that does sound reasonable, but like outside of maybe math, you can't really prove anything, um, definitively speaking. Everything is like subject to interpretation and not 100% guaranteed. I mean, you can get into whether or not that's true, but like, it's the essential statement is that nothing is absolute, and that I feel like is kind of hard to question. It's not impossible because that would mean that saying that nothing is absolute is an absolute statement, but that's kind of what I'm talking about with the gaslighting, right? The self-gaslighting is that I'll say something and then I'll backtrack on it or second guess it, and that's like the TI version of, um, or that's a version of TI, I think, is gaslighting. Yeah, that's about it. I don't think I have much more else to say about it. To clarify, I'm not saying that like TI is gaslighting. I think it's like all apples are fruits, but not all fruits are apples type thing, right? So I think anytime you're gaslighting somebody, I think that is TI potentially. But every time you're using TI, it's not necessarily in a gaslighting form. It's probably in a gaslighting form where it's less healthier, less mature, less developed. I don't know. Just another thought I had. Thanks for listening / watching.